As we come inside your Hornet, you're going to notice to the left is your fire extinguisher. Then coming on up to the left, you'll find a couple of light switches. The first light switch does your main overhead cabin lights, and they also are controlled individually on each light. So for some reason one of them doesn't work when you turn the switch on, it's probably because someone has turned that particular switch off. Then you also have your outside porch light, which is located right here and right outside the door. Then your automatic awning control, which we were talking about when we were outside. To bring that awning in, simply push the button in and hold it. Remember to take it out, you just push the out button. Now to bring it in, I just let it come in. It's going to snug itself up against the side of the unit. And then I release the button. Give it about a second or so once it hits the side of the unit to snug itself up, and then release it. Don't hold it in there, as if you extend it and hold it, you run the risk of burning out the electric motor. When you take it out, allow it to go out as far as you want it to go. You can move it in and out a little bit to change the tilt on it, to let the water drain, and then just leave it and it's ready to work for you. Nothing to release or unclamp like the old manual awnings. To your right, you have your storage areas. Nice big storage on either side for coats, etc. as you come in the door. You have your jackknife couch here, which makes a great couch, and then also will turn into a bed by raising. Allows you to have storage underneath the couch, flattens down for a bed, raise, and pull, and it turns back into the couch. Overhead storage again. Speakers for your stereo are overhead. Right here you have your monitoring system, and the onboard water pump for your onboard water system is a demand pump. When you open a faucet and you have the pump on, you will pump water out of your onboard water system. When that pump has generated enough pressure, the pump will turn off, or when you shut the faucet off. Always a good idea when you're towing your vehicle, turn this pump off in case one of these faucets would come open while you're towing, so you don't have water splashing around back here while you're towing your vehicle. Also, when you're hooked into city water, again remember the city water provides the pressure. You do not need to use this pump then. Your monitoring system here checks the status of your battery. Your fresh water is full and it will arrive that way to you, so you're ready to go camping. Your black water, which is your toilet tank, is empty, and your gray water, which is your sink here, your shower, and your sink in your bathroom is also empty. Down here is your gas water heater control and your electric water heater control. Now remember, if I turn the electric switch on here, that's not going to do anything because I have to go outside and pull that counter pin out and turn that rocker switch on. So remember, what I would do when my unit arrives to me, pull that counter pin out, turn that switch on, and for the entire season, or whenever I have water in that hot water tank, I would just leave that on, turn it off and on here when I'm ready to go camping. Anytime I drain that that hot water heater, I would turn that switch off out there to make sure that no one turns this on by mistake inside here, causing that unit to burn out. The gas part I turn on here. This little red light's going to come on. That's checking to make sure that there's propane, that I've remembered to turn the propane on, and that the gas burner is in good shape. Give it about 15 seconds, it will go through that self-check, and then that light will go off, and you will be able to hear that burner kick on if you're standing out there, or sometimes if it's very quiet inside the unit, you can hear that out there. Again, remember, you can use both these at the same time, or you can use one or the other. I'm going to go ahead and turn the gas part off since it's gone through and the sequence and everything's working fine, and we'll save your propane since we don't need any hot water. So we come back into your galley. You're going to notice that your keys and a coupon are in your sink, and the rest of your startup kit that we've been referring to is also in your sink. Toilet paper kit is in there. Black water treatment is in there. Again, always remember to, every time you dump that black water, which is your toilet tank, retreat that, or you're going to end up with a not good smell inside your unit. Coming on back here, let me grab my flame lighter, and one of these is also in your startup kit here. To light your stovetop, turn it to light, hit the flame, and that's how you light each individual burner. And one of these is contained in your startup kit. Your onboard microwave is directly over that, right up here. And good spot to store bread in once you're using that microwave. That helps keep that glass turntable from bouncing around and causing damage. Nice overhead storage up here for items you don't use too often. Remember, in order to access the vent here, you have to open that on the outside. Stovetop light here. Down here is your furnace. And nice storage area down here. And storage up here. All your manuals you will find up here. And your warranty information. Always make sure you send your warranty information in to get your unit registered. Your dinette area here is set up right now as a dinette. To turn it into a sleeping area, lift the table up, take the pipes out, put them into storage, probably underneath, and then you place the table on these rails on either side, and then configure the cushions so that it becomes a sleeping area. Turn it back into the dinette, lift the table up, put the pipes back into the bottom. Usually works best with two people, one to kind of hold the table, the other person to aim the pipes down into the floor. I found it's best to use two people. You can travel and transport the unit with the table in either the table raised position or in the lowered bed position. Back here you're going to find your entertainment center, TV, remote, and also your AM/FM DVD player, which the DVD player plays through the TV. And that's located right here. Your outside speakers are controlled right here. Another storage area. And right here is your onboard furnace. Your furnace is a 12-volt fan-operated system, so you do not have to have electric to drive the furnace. The heat comes from your LP gas. Set the setting to the warmer or cooler, and this gives you the temperature that you are at. If you are dry camping and you're operating your furnace off the battery, and you have a good battery, you get about a night's worth of heat, depending on how cold it is and how often your furnace kicks off and on. Below, let's talk about your refrigerator. Right here is your Dometic refrig. Off-on switches here. When it's in the auto mode, which we have it right now, it will automatically seek electric whenever you're plugged into with the Shoreline plugged in and you have electric available to it. If I was to go outside and unplug the electric cord, it would automatically shift itself to gas, or the LP gas. You can manually shift it over to gas by turning it off, popping this out, turn it back on, and you're going to see the little check light here come on, and it's going to go through the same check process that your hot water heater would do. As long as that check light just blinks and goes off, it has now shifted itself and it's now cooling on gas. Works very good when you're dry camping and have no electric. And you heard that click. That tells me that the gas burner just clicked on and it is now cooling with gas. I'm going to shift it back to electric to save your propane. The top freezer section, once it's down to temperature and you have it packed and you've let it cool, usually takes about overnight, although they will cool off in about 4 or 5 hours. Be aware that there's a vacuum seal in this top door, so sometimes it can take as long as 15 seconds or so for that top door to pop open when you push the button and pull it open. So be very careful that you don't just push it and grab and yank. You run the risk of breaking this top handle off. We've had units come back in to get new handles on them. Inside your main refrigerator area, you have a temperature control right here. This little white unit on the far right fin goes up and down to change the temperature. When you get ready to shut your unit down and put it in storage, turn it off.